Hey guys, so welcome to a BCS Homebrew review. Basically, it's just a review of the series. I'm going to give you a run through of like the start to finish of like how I've generally felt about the way it went. Now that it's been a couple of weeks since the BCS, it kind of gives me a chance to really take it all in and kind of really think about it. First things first, going to cover though. So obviously, as you know, this is where the Royal Paladin deck happens to reside and sit. It's not the Soul Saver build. I've actually switched back to the Monarch build. Actually, it's a replica of the one I had for Cardiff. And I'm going to explain why I've done this and what I should have done during the series. So we'll get to that in a minute. Basically, with the start of the series, obviously taking that build, the Monarch build that I had from Cardiff and how well it did, and taking it into a homebrew kind of thing where I went, okay, look, I want to do something unique, I want to do something different, I want to see how things were, and I went from a Dual Knights to all the way to Soul Saver, and basically it was a really interesting kind of like taking the grade 2 game, was very important, and the grade 2 game, while it was important, it was, as Sabreeze more kind of came important into the game, my mindset went, well, why should I wait for them to Sabreeze me when I can just straight out kill them? With Soul Saver, and that was how that happened. And the jokingly, Owen was joking about it. So there we go. That was how Soul Saver was reached. But taking like certain decks and certain concepts that we felt would have worked, was interesting, and then letting them build up. For example, Swordsman of Light. So I should use Luminous Oath, Alfred. Why? Well, the idea is that not only that I love the card art, because it is some good art, I can say. The reason why I actually really like using that card was because I could go into my Tana combo, and then but if I rode the Alfredo first, I then go for this 26k column, and then go Tana, and then go summon out Monarch, and then go boom, CB1, Soul Blast 1. And it basically just gave me, I think, a bigger push because I got allies effectively, not for free, but I deck thin, I got allies for freer than normal, and it kind of, for me, felt was a really big grade 3 push. And then we had the Masonic meme, and then we had Masonic meme Rush 2.0 edition, and then we had... Oh yeah, and then we didn't get the other one, which was Thing Saver, and then we got Soul Saver. And so, like, in overall, like, looking at the decks, you can see there was a really weird progression of grade 2 game to grade 3 game to just killed them before. So it went like grade 2 game to grade 3 game, grade 3 game, grade 2 game with a potential grade 3 game to, like, kill them, and then grade 2 game, well, the things they were built more like a grade 2 game, but a grade 3 game to basically you play like a kind of mix. And then, what was it? Oh, and then Soul Saver grade 3 game. So you saw that a lot of it, like, where I wanted to talk about how I wanted to get focusing more on the grade 2 game, I kind of like leave that behind. And I just go, screw it. Ride first, kill. Now, kind of going on to a point where I felt I went wrong, Owen went back to his... Because as you know, he was continuing Rex. And then he kind of went, do you know what, I'm going to go back to Nebulo's Turbo. And I didn't go back to Alfred. I kind of just went continuing on this really weird path. And that's where I felt like I went wrong. I should have gone back to Alfred to kind of define why that build worked. What did it do so well at Cardiff? And how can I make it better? And yeah, that was actually why I've gone back to it now, because I feel like I haven't really taken the time to figure out the deck and why it actually done as well as it did. So yeah, that is why Alfred Turbo is back, or Tana Turbo as I call it. So in terms of like the overall decks, I think I I kind of kept trying to progress, but I never really. I went from idea to idea to idea, but I never went to flesh out an idea. And I think I should have actually gone to flesh out a couple of ideas a bit more. And that's just me. But hey, maybe you feel different. Maybe you're like, no, you went the right way about it. You beamed to your heart's content. Obviously, I did try to flesh out the MLB deck, but that's because I had like a crazy idea and I just wanted to really try it out. Now going on to like the presentation of the series. So I think with the presentation of the series, it was quite interesting taking this kind of content because it's just not kind of content I usually would do, and kind of taking it and kind of taking the concept of having to have to record games, commentating over the games, obviously only for episode 3, but the idea was, if you actually want the perfect idea of what we wanted for the series, episode 3 is actually the prime example where we have gameplay, we can talk over it, we can give people that. Now I remember it is very choppy and we actually felt we could have done that episode a lot better. If we ever do a series like anything that requires that again and we're allowed to record, trust me guys, we are going to do it a lot better. We've learned from our mistakes, but we haven't had a chance to record since then. Because, oh my god, getting permission for people is annoying. It's the one thing that just really cuts down the series is that not only going to a place, a location to record, but then to go and have to ask your opponents. And one, like for example, just going to give it like a quick run through the tournaments. Sneak attack. They were like, yes, go on, record. Good. And I'm like, sweet. Then the round starts like 4 minutes. Well, not even 4 minutes later. It was like 2 minutes. I had no chance to set up. And weren't given instructions where to set up as well. So that's nothing like towards targeting on them. But they didn't really guide us on what they would allow. And so I guess me and Owen didn't have really much of the direction knowing where. And so that was partly on our fault. We should have gotten more information, but we didn't. And it's a combination of just lack of communication, simple as. So we didn't actually set up, and then the first round happened, and I don't think I didn't ask my first round opponent, because I just didn't. Someone I know, and I just didn't think to ask, and he's a really good player as well. So I did want to be on top of my game. Anyway, so I didn't do that. I know Owen did, and his opponents, all of his opponents flat out said no. And all my opponents, since my first opponent, just said no. So I'm like, okay, there we go. That's great. And then we had Brotherhood. I asked the guy Michael there, and he was like, yeah, you could record. Just make sure it's okay for your opponents. And then he said, but he had to double check with 2 other people. And I'm like, fine, cool. Can you just get a confirmation from them as well? And then he doesn't come back. And I'm like, oh. Do we record? Do we not? What do we do? And so we did nothing because we didn't know what to do. We wanted to set up, but we didn't want to upset, because just in case, we aren't actually allowed to, and we don't want to create a problem. So we kind of just didn't. So Michael, if you're for some reason watching this, hi. But yeah, like I said, it's just, I don't know why he didn't come back, but it was lack of communication. Like, no hate to anyone. I'm just like speaking the truth from how I see it. But anyway, then so me and Owen didn't bother setting up, because we just didn't have 100% confirmation. So we didn't. And I don't know if any of the Brotherhood lot would have allowed us. Some of the people who we've in Sneak Attack went to Brotherhood, and they said no then. So they'll probably say no now, but that's just a theory. Then we had Darksfield Waterloo, and that was the good one. Because that was actually where we were allowed to record, and obviously that was great. If any of the Darksphere Waterloo group are somehow watching this, thank you guys. You guys are amazing for allowing us to record, and it actually made the series slightly better there may have been some sleepless nights on my end. The reason why for that, I'll actually explain in a minute. But basically, nonetheless, episode 3 was amazing because of it, and I'm really, really happy that we at least got one where we got to do that kind of footage. But why there were some sleepless nights? Basically, now this is not like horrible towards Owen, but he can be. I don't even know how to put it. Like, it's like things go out of his mind, and the reason why I'm bringing this up is because I'm like, okay, so Owen, right, you've got all the footage done. Yes, cool, okay. And then I go, all right, you've got to record these parts. And he says, yes, I have. And then I go, Owen, have you actually? And then he will say no. And I'm like, well, why'd you just lie? And it's not like, I don't know, it's like he doesn't like to disappoint. Right? And it's like, okay, fine. So I'm like, okay, right, you're having trouble. He's like, yeah, and I was like, what's trouble? And he explains what his problem with it. Okay, cool. It's fine. I'll go around yours and we'll get the other bits recorded and make sure that you can get some good takes. Okay, fine. I go, by the way, can you, all the stuff you have pre-recorded that are the takes that you do like, that you've already done, can you upload those to the YouTube so I can download them off and pre-edit? He says, yeah, I'll do that. Guess the day I go round, the videos haven't been uploaded to YouTube. And by the way, the reason why it's got to be uploaded to YouTube is because from my iPhone and his phone, my editing software won't read it if it's direct from there. So we have to do it through that method. And the good thing is it doesn't actually hurt the quality that much, which is good. Anyway, so that sounds like it's all good in that, and then basically it became that we were like, we want an episode out. We want the episode out by this day. This day is like tomorrow, and then we just go get everything uploaded, get everything downloaded, and then I think from roughly here about get a chance to fully start editing, and that's with like everything downloaded and all that stuff from about 10 o'clock, and I go till like 8 in the morning, just solid editing for his video. And then when I get home, I have to do my video, and my video took a bit longer. I was like, so yeah, that was like why there was some sleepless nights, because I just couldn't sleep because I had to do so much editing, and I lost my video 3 times. So that was typical. I think that's why if you look at my mind sometimes seems a bit rushed. Yeah, that'd be why. I was really fed up with it by the end of it. So yeah. So that anyway, that's something that's not particularly that horrible to Owen. That's just being honest. And it's unfortunate that it's how he is, but it did put a lot of work into it. But yeah, so we had the Dutch with Waterloo. So yeah, if any of the Waterloo group are watching, like, again, heavy thanks. While it was a sleepless episode to get out, it was nonetheless one of the best ones that we had, due to the fact we could record games. So more than anything, we are heavily grateful. Other than that, we've got, what was the next one? Brotherhood again, and I didn't take my tripod. I think Owen did. I don't know if he did, but hopefully he covers that in his review. And if he hasn't, we'll never know. But we can hope that he did. But I didn't. I forgot. So we were in a different room. I don't know if we would have been allowed to record any games because of what happened beforehand anyway. But, yeah, I could have taken it. Forgot. Was upset. And then after that was going to be Brotherhood again, but like I said, they were closed. And so anyway, it was straight to the BCS, which was hosted at Darksphere Shepherd's Bush. And obviously I can't record any games there, but my God, it was a fun ride. Like, just going from all these tournaments straight to the end. And my God, it was, well, I may have raged a few decks. And nonetheless, it was really fun. So that's overall that review of that experience. I mean, then just to kind of say that I felt like this series was really, really a good start to try and get the channel going. and hopefully more people see it. So if you do see it and you do enjoy it, do spread it around. Spread it around. Try and get people interested in this kind of series. I think just kind of like shooting it from just Vanguard alone. I know this channel is Vanguard at the moment, mainly. But if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, if you're anyone that happens to be a Vanguard player and you stumble upon this, like, get this content like going. Get it like throwing. And why you as a Yu-Gi-Oh player? Because I generally think that this kind of series, a homebrew series, is something that these card game channels really, really need. Taking a deck concept from whatever it is, that Yu-Gi-Oh deck, or like a base of one concept that sometimes tops from Yu-Gi-Oh, or one basic concept that tops from Vanguard, taking a deck that could do well but not knowing if it does well, and then just taking that opportunity, just going full ham and going, boys, let's try out this deck idea and see how well it works. It's brilliant. I think homebrew is the way to go personally for channels, for all card games, and I hope that if this type of series can not per se blow up but can get itself going, I think it would really, really help not just this channel and not just like this channel all, but more the series type concept. Well, I say it wasn't. I felt like this series wasn't as well executed as it could have been, and actually, generally, I think if we had more access to certain things, maybe this series could have been better. But when we do another one in the future, maybe with a different deck, hopefully it will improve, and our style will improve as we get more used to YouTube. But definitely, guys, do take this deck, take this series concept and try and bring it up to something better. So, like I say, if you have enjoyed this series and you have enjoyed all the episodes, do give us a like, a comment maybe, and subscribe if you wish. And feel free to please share this type of video or this type of video series and spread it out there to not only just Vanguard YouTubers, but also maybe Yu-Gi-Oh and any other card game out there. I think a homebrew series is something that every card game channel can really benefit on, and I would love to see not only just other Vanguard YouTubers do it, but also other Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers and everyone else. Anyway, there we go. We're going to end it here because I can ramble on for a million years. Trust me, I can. Don't say Don't say otherwise. Because trust me, you won't win that. Like, I can ramble. Anyway. Thank you, guys. And I'll see you all in another video another time. And thank you for watching all the way to the end. You're a legend, because my God, I rambled for ages. Bye, guys.